All right, so those of you with shade, and probably most of you have some shade, you want that variety of ground cover, perennials, shrubs, trees. So we tried to put a little bit of each of that in here, with bleeding heart as just a long-lasting wildflower, alum root, so the Eucharis, and this is Euchara americana that's pictured there. That's kind of the mottled variegated look. It is very dependable, especially the one called Dale strain, but there are hybrids. We don't have enough time to talk about it now, but we do have suggestions for what some of the best hybrids, because there's a lot out there and not all of them do well here. Florida anise is just a great evergreen shrub, native shrub for part shade. You have to have native azalea. Pictured here in the lower left is Rhododendron Paraclaminoides. At the UNCC plant sale, they always have just an outstanding selection, many different types to choose from. And then Celandine Poppy is a great spring wildflower that reseeds itself. So Larry's going to talk about Dicentras.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about Dicentras after I mention native azaleas. There's so many native azaleas, and they offer so many colors. See, Dicentras is a companion plant, good for native azaleas. So you have to have some native azaleas so you can have these companion plants. And I say this and give a tip of the hat to the American Native Azaleas, the Azalea Society, where we have a local chapter here that loves to talk about azaleas. But here are the Dicentras, the bleeding hearts. They bloom heavily in the spring, and then they can bloom all through the summer if you water them extra, give maybe a little fertilizer. I have a second wave of blooming now on my bleeding hearts, and the bumblebees love them. And that picture you saw of the clearwing moth, they love these as well. And children love them because they look like something. They look like little hearts, and they're down where children can see them. And they set fruit very readily and make these elongated seed pods. And you can see one of those to the right. And this is another thing for children. We've tried to talk more about things for children in our new book, because we think that children need to have more direct association with natives. And as far as bleeding heart goes, you pick one of these little seed pods and you pop it open, and inside the ripening little black seeds look like they have a little caterpillar attached to them. That's a protein body called an elaeosome, and those are picked up by ants and carried away. And if you put a little pile of these seeds out on your sidewalk or shady area where there are ants, and ants are everywhere, it won't be long before the ants will discover them. And the big red or black ants that are so common, they'll pick them up and carry them off like cantaloupes. And I think that's a great thing for kids to sit out and watch the ants come and take these away, and talk about the analogy of, going shopping, going to the grocery store, and dispersing seeds of natives. Look at that. Now there's a beautiful yellow azalea. This could be a yellow form of flame azalea, or it could be the early blooming Piedmont flame azalea or Florida flame. The Azalea Society would tell you that there are hundreds of cultivars, selections of hybrids of native azaleas, and none of them are not pretty. They're all pretty.
So Larry, is there one species that doesn't do as well in the Piedmont?
Yes, the least good here in the hottest place here where we live is the pink shell azalea, Rhododendron vasii. It lives mostly up above 3,000 feet. I always have grown one, and they live for about 10 years, and then they fade away as the heat seems to get to them.
But all the rest of the many
all the rest,
species,
I have not seen any that didn't do well, given watering them to get them established, and
right,
and not totally neglecting them.